Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today. We're going to take a look at where you can find your license data and the number of badges that you have. So first things first, you're going to need the admin account so you have access to where the data is. And then once you get signed in, endpoint doesn't matter. All we have to do is go and navigate to the administration, licenses, and license data. So once you click on that, it's going to show a single record, and it should always be a single record. This is your current license when you upload it. This is the data that place where it goes and updates. So if you click on the actual name Sage X3, it will load the license data. Here you can see validity dates, so like when the license expires and you need to ask for a new one. Places like locations, if you have a reseller, number of sessions that you can have going at one time. Down here you can get information on the actual different types of badges that are included in the license, and then the maximum number of concurrent users you can have per badge. This is important because if users are in more than one group and they're tied to more than one badge, they could consume more than one badge at a time. So it's good to know how many you have, so you know when you're creating groups, which groups are going to have the most users, they'll need the most badges. You'll also notice that there's different functions tied to them. Some of the functions you may not see on any badge, and if you don't see a function tied to a badge, then it's a universal function and all badges have access to it. If you go to the actions and go to help, you can actually read a little bit more in detail on the different categories and badges and what all the different components are. If you keep going down, you'll also see what activity code modules you have available. So if you have something licensed but it's not on, versus I don't own it kind of thing. You can also see a list of activity codes too, and you can kind of get an idea of what's going on here in terms of, now these are module-based activity codes of what's going on and what you have available. You can also see languages for legislations, regular legislations, parameter kits. This primarily refers to if you have a pre-loaded kit for, let's say like this one is North America, so that it auto-populates all of the stuff for North America in it. Some people will have a kit, you can have more than one. And then the last one is the parameters, which really isn't used too much, primarily for fixed assets. So you can see your max fixed assets values, and then number of ADC connections you can have at one time, like that kind of information, when it resets every day. But that's pretty much it here, so you can get an idea. Also, if you go back to administration mission license, and then there's a second one, you'll see that says badges. Normally you would think that would be the place you'd want to go, but this just gives you the badges themselves, because it lists all of them. It doesn't tell you how many they have, but it just gives you a list of the actual available default badges and what key functions they have. So as you can see, there's no actual count. The license itself, where it showed you under license data, that actually shows you the number count, like how many of these do you actually have. This is kind of just like information on what they are, so there's a better idea of where they are. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video.